Welcome, everybody. This is our March Town Hall. For anyone who's new to this, we do these town halls every month to talk to you guys about what's going on with Boxed, with our company, give you guys the opportunity to ask questions, give you guys some behind-the-scenes inside scoop on everything going on and how we're trying to make things better for everybody. So I'm Mylan, I'm our CEO, and today I'm joined by our community manager, Luke, as well as our CMO, Scott.
What's up, everyone? Good to be back for another month, one of these. And it's not even been a whole month, so look at that.
Imagine that, 2 town halls in 1 month, mate. This is special.
Love it. Love it.
So nice we had to do it twice.
Yes.
Sweet. As you guys can guess, we're going to talk a lot about everything that's been happening on Box so far. So even though we have a shorter time span than normal, as we did I think we technically did last month at the start of this month, we still have a lot of updates and a lot to come soon. So we're going to talk about some product updates, both things that happened recently as well as some upcoming features and things that we're working on. We'll also talk about community events and things that we're doing for you guys. And then we'll, of course, do a Q&A where you guys can ask us whatever you want about Boxed. So I'll kick it off with the product updates. We have a bunch of new stuff going on and a lot of really cool stuff in the works that we have been holding close to the chest for a while, but are going to give you guys a sneak peek at soon. Some recent product updates. We added polls to the site. We want to hear more from you guys, and we wanted a way that we can ask you guys questions and get feedback on Boxed at a larger scale. And so we have polls now. You guys can earn gems for free just by telling us what you think about things. And it's a way that we get to make Box better for you guys and give you guys a voice on what we do. So that's really exciting. I know that many of the team is excited about that. Next, we have the reviews page. I think we actually mentioned this last time, but it had just come out. So a refresher on that is that the reviews page is where we aggregate all of what you guys post and show us in the Winnings channel, as well as some other channels in Discord and on social media. And we post it in one place for everyone to check out what people's mail day looks like and what the site generally does for people. So it's not like a formal reviews thing in that we're just taking what you guys send us and showcasing it. But if you guys post anything in Winnings or post anything in the Discord on stuff that you guys are up to, as far as getting packages and whatnot, then we make sure to include it there. Next up, we have gem missions, and this is something that was either just coming out or in the works, but it's receiving more and more updates, which is now you can track your progress from mission to mission. And so what that means is if you go to do a gem mission to try to earn some gems and you download the app and the app doesn't register that you've downloaded it for whatever reason, you can actually track that now. And so you don't waste time on missions that maybe don't track correctly or have issues. Instead, you can see where you're at in every step of the process. And you also get paid for every step now. So instead of having one big reward at the very end of completing a mission, you get rewarded as you progress through the missions and reach multiple steps. And so this is a big improvement. We wanted to try to do something to make missions easier to understand and track. And also, not all of them are built equally. And so we wanted to make missions a little bit easier for you guys to get the most value out of. And so this is a partnership with Review. We've been working on this feature for a bit, and it is now live for you guys to use. And if you want to check it out, you can just go to the missions page, and you can select on the drop down. I want to say I forget what they're called, but there's a specific name for the types of missions that have different stages to them. Next up, we have Counter-Strike. So as you guys may have seen, we did a open beta for a few days last week, and we had a ton of success. You guys showed a ton of love to the category. We know that some of you guys have been asking for Counter-Strike skins for a while. And this test was to do a lot of things for us internally, make sure that our tech is working well, make sure that some of the things that we've been working on are running well. And so far it was really good. So we're looking to open up Counter-Strike to a full category where it's completely open 24/7 with no private invites or beta periods as soon as possible. And so this is a long time coming. We've been working on Counter-Strike and how to integrate it for a while, but we're now at sort of the finish line there. And codas, as you said, Rust is another option that is in the works once Counter-Strike is set up, as it's a lot of the same sort of tech and rails to do that. So that's a big step for us. We're excited to support collectibles wherever they are. We want to do trading cards, obviously. We want to do things like Counter-Strike skins, as well as a lot of other stuff that we'll actually talk about in a second. But next up, I'm going to talk about some upcoming product updates, so things that are in the works. And we have a lot of exciting things in the works and some things that you guys have wanted for a very long time. So first up, one of my really, probably my favorite thing on this list is marketplace items will be available in the Forge. We've been working with the suppliers of marketplace items of graded slabs and things like that. And we are now set up to put marketplace items, which means any one-of-one Moonbryons or whatever it might be, PSA 10, anything of low quantity, essentially something we can't go and buy 30 or 50 or 100 of. You can now put those in boxes yourself. And this is sort of the first step where we let you guys experiment with it, but we'll be soon including more marketplace items in boxes. So we have a catalog of, I want to say right now, $15 to $20 million worth of sealed products, not sealed products, graded products on the marketplace. And those will be available to open out of boxes just like you do with regular cards. Next up, we have the exchange. And I know that exchange has been a long time coming for you OG boxed users. This was a feature a long time ago that we didn't have the time to really build up and develop properly. And so it's sort of been sitting in limbo for a while, but we are now back to working on it and putting it out there in a much more designed and better way. So exchange is essentially, for those of you who don't know, the ability to trade items that you have for items that you want. So if you open a bunch of top hits, but you really want a Moonbryon and you opened, let's say a Flying Charizard or a few, of the new, set, and it's like whatever it is, you get to add up the value of those and exchange it for a Moonbryon if the Moonbryon's available. Now, there are some limitations on it because one of our big things that we wanted to make sure of is that we're not like draining our stock and sort of shortcutting the platform by having exchange like super overdone. And so if we don't have, let's say, 10 or 20 or more of a specific card, then it might be marked up or it might be removed from exchange. But we try to make as much as we can available. And so if you guys are chasing a specific card and you've opened a lot of cards that are valuable, but they aren't exactly what you want, now you can exchange them for what you want. There's more to come on this. There's things like improved searching and filtering. We're adding more categories to it so you can exchange between Pokemon and Magic. But more details in the future. Next up, we have profiles. This is also one of the fan favorites, especially in our company. I know a lot of our group has been excited to make the social features of Boxed more available. And so we're building out social profiles so that you guys can set up your own profile, put your own banner, and you'll be able to advertise your Forge boxes, your affiliate code, your battle histories, what you've opened, badges, and many more things that we're planning. But this is a starting step for you guys to have one place where you can showcase yourself and be able to, for those of you who want to do like code swaps for the affiliate system, or for those of you who want to work on battles together or, show people your Forge boxes, this is the one-stop shop for that. You'll just click on someone's name and then go to their profile and look at their Forge boxes or look at their affiliate code. And yeah, I'm already seeing some questions like adding friends and DMs. All that stuff, all the social features you can imagine are things that we want to do in the future. This is our starting point for that. And last but not least, we talked about expanding into Counter-Strike and how we want to really support collectibles that everyone likes, whether it's trading cards or skins or other stuff. And one of those other things that we've been wanting to do for a while is sports cards. And so sports is obviously a massive category, right? And it's very complicated because there's a lot of different sports out there, and they're all made by different manufacturers, and there's a lot of different brands. And so it's been something we've worked on for a while, and we're going to be coming out with that in the next couple months. And we're starting with what we're calling the Sports Alpha, which is mainly set up via Forge. And so what this means is we're going to connect from our suppliers a bunch of graded sports cards, tens of millions of dollars worth of graded sports cards. And it's going to be baseball, basketball, hockey, American football, soccer, and motorsports. and you guys will have access to make forge boxes with all of those. So it'll be more of a community alpha for that versus like us making a bunch of boxes ourselves. And then we'll use that as the starting point to see what people care about most as far as what cards they want to open, and then start, sort of bolstering up the category. So this is really exciting for us. I don't know how many of you guys are sports fans, but I know that we've gotten a lot of requests over time on supporting sports cards. And so that is the last but not least big upcoming update. So I'll cut it off there. I just yapped a lot. Questions and comments?
Don't know about you, but I'm excited for sports cards, mate. And the
Yeah,
launch
man.
of man, it's gonna be pretty damn cool. And obviously, I know Marlon, you
also
love Counter
really
Strike.
excited. I'm super excited for marketplace items in Forge because I feel like people are gonna get super creative with putting slabs, graded slabs and other cool stuff in their boxes, and the level of creativity there, like I can only begin to imagine where it's gonna go, and I think it's just cool.
Yeah, like there's some really, really cool things to do with marketplace items, and I know there's gonna be some people, some seasoned Forge creators, gonna be cooking up some cool little boxes. Any questions anyone got on anything we just said there?
Coulter. So the answer is no, it won't remove it from Marketplace. How it will work is if a Marketplace item is available, you can put it in a Forge box. And when that is redeemed, then it gets removed from boxes in exchange for a voucher, very similar to how we did some of our limited time boxes. Wherever it appears in both the Marketplace as well as boxes, it just kind of gets pulled out of that and replaced with a voucher. And so essentially, it's just like how it works on Marketplace, where whatever's available is available until it's redeemed, right?
Question on CGC coming back to Marketplace.
Yep. So CGC, we want to make sure that you guys get stuff that is valuable and doesn't have issues. And CGC's had some controversy recently around, inauthentic products and potentially like misgrading and whatnot. And so we are closely monitoring that as we sort of see, the news and see the rumblings in the space. But we want to make sure that no one's accidentally withdrawing something that might have an issue with it. And so for now, they're going to stay removed, but we might look to add them back once we have more details.
Question about a mute block option in chat.
Yeah, so chat improvements is one of the smaller things that's on the docket for the next couple months. So there will be a lot more chat features, things that you would see in Discord, like being able to react with an emoji, being able to mute people, being able to respond in a thread to people. These are all things that we want to do. A little bit lower priority than some of the stuff I just listed, but it is absolutely something that we are looking for. Will there be any tag card grading?
Ooh.
So tag is super interesting to me. I like the idea of technology being more accurate than people and making it easier and more cost effective. Right now, there isn't a large supply of tag items, and also it's still very new, and a lot of people are wondering if it's as legit. And so I think for now we're going to be watching carefully. I think I'm very optimistic about tag, but I don't think we're going to be putting them in high supply and marketplace anytime soon.
Good question about mixed boxes, about basically cross-platform boxes. Do we have any plans to bring them in?
Yeah, so I think it's something we've talked about this a lot. The main thing we want to make sure we don't do is like make boxes that are unappealing to people because they include things that you aren't interested in. And so for now, we've been focusing on boxes specific to categories, but trading cards are one of those categories where different trading card games absolutely overlap, right? They're not it's not like people only collect Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon people like One Piece or Magic or others. And so it is something that we're looking at doing. It's not the highest priority, but we like the idea of it in theory. It's just a matter of making sure we show that to the right people and have a way to make sure that it makes sense. Similarly, you could imagine the same thing in sports where like you could make a sports all-stars box where like you take the MVPs of every major sport and put them all in one box. And that kind of stuff is exciting for us. So it's not on the docket right now, but it is like in our mind and we're thinking about how to do that.
Oh, I'll take a couple more questions. Will any more countries be getting added to the site to be used?
Yeah, so for shipping to different countries, it's a little complicated because some countries aren't as reliable to ship from the US to, and some of them have a variety of different customs laws and things like that. And so for us, the main thing is making sure that we can actually get items safely to you and know the experience for the users. Right now, we are focused on looking at expanding our physical shipping across Europe, and so like that will start in the major European countries and having better pipelines there to get things faster and cheaper to you guys. But in the future, we would hopefully expand as many places as possible. And in the meantime, everything that we do digitally, like Counter-Strike skins or Rust skins, are absolutely available wherever people play the game. Right? There's no customs fees when you send a Counter-Strike skin to a Steam account.
I think I'll jump in here then with community events that are coming up. So we've got a couple cool little things planned for you all. So obviously we had Counter-Strike beta. I believe it was last week. Well, lo and behold, we've got CS beta coming up to, I think it starts Sunday, if I'm correct, Sunday to Friday. That's going to be really good fun. Again, if you've got an account with us on site, you automatically have access. Anyone who's already had access to it, you'll be able to go onto the category. As a big Counter-Strike fan myself, there's some really, really cool boxes in there for you all to try. I've also had a look in the Forge, and there's been some really cool boxes that have been created. So, want to see a few more of you getting creative and cooking up some fun boxes for us all to have a look at. And another good one is that we've also got the Spring Bloom event, which is going to be running through the month of April. And yeah, it's going to be similar to the Luck of the Irish event. We're going to have some, some fun new boxes. We might have some giveaways coming, who knows? And yeah, should be a really fun event overall. But I think without kind of giving too much, and Scott is probably going to give you a panic attack, we've got a big thing coming up in May called Box Birthday. And it's going to be a super, super big moment for us. We're second anniversary. And yeah, we're going to have a whole month planned of like some super fun activities. We really, really want to make this month and event and anniversary feel essentially like a reward to the community for everything you've given us. We want to give you back so much, and without giving away any details, we'll have tons of activities. We'll have loads of things going on with our creators. There'll be some new features coming and some new product stuff coming. But honestly, if you guys got any ideas or any suggestions you would love to see us do, feel free to share it in the suggestions channel, as we are currently cooking up a bit of a plan, and I think a bit of a plan's an underestimate, you'd say, Scott.
Yeah, although I like Routed's suggestion of a bouncy house. I don't know how to digify that, but that's a good one.
I'm down for that. Maybe that is, yeah.
How do we make a digital bouncy
different.
house?
But yeah,
no, seriously, anybody that was around that's an OG that was here last May, we did, what I would say is a smaller birthday bash compared to what we're envisioning this year. And so, if you remember what that was like, think about that, but on steroids. That's what we're shooting for. So hopefully we will deliver. Yeah, and if anybody's got ideas, definitely put them in the suggestions channel. We're all for it. The theme of it is very much just celebrating the community and this hobby, and trying to give back as much as we can to the community to truly thank everybody who's here on this call, but also that will listen to the video in the future and just generally is in our Discord. Yeah. We couldn't do what we're doing without the community being here and celebrating and being part of this hobby and supporting Boxed, and this crazy innovative idea that Mylan and the rest of the gang cooked up. So that'll be it. The month of May, we give back as much as we can.
Yeah, so we'll have more details for that in April, and yeah, I can't reiterate any more than what's been just said there. It's going to be an event for you guys, by you guys. So yeah, send any suggestions you got over. Cool. That's everything from my stuff. We'll take a couple last questions before we wrap up.
UFC cards. I see a couple different people talking.
I would be down.
Iceman Liddell. I haven't heard that name in a long time, but great guy.
WWE cards were mentioned. I saw the other day as well. People weren't on the site, so that could be good fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the sports category gets a good reaction, then there's way more other sports that we could be putting in there. What do we got? We got cricket. Cricket keeps coming up as one that people want to see supported. So we looked at cricket, curling. I'm sure
Tennis
curling's
is
a
a
big
big one
one.
I've been looking at. Tennis is a big one that I've been seeing on a few platforms. Twitch is, I saw a Twitch break for it. That was quite wild. What was another good one I saw that someone was doing? Darts is massive in the UK. Like there's a big new like darts collecting scene. So if anyone's from the UK, you might understand that
Really?
one a bit more. Yeah, massively.
Somewhere I know somebody asked about battles, just like they're new to the site and they want to understand better how battles.
Yeah, I sent a message in response to
Oh,
that.
you did. Okay, sorry.
Yep. But for anyone who doesn't know, battles is where you open boxes either with or against other people. You can do team mode where you open alongside others, or you can do a battle PvP where you open against other people or bots if you want to go against us essentially. And whoever opens the best items, just like a pack battle, gets the entire lot that was opened.
Is new Team Rocket Pokemon Start going to be coming? It's the same as Journey Together. Keep an eye out for new box releases. Can't say any much more on that. Might even have a giveaway. Who knows?
No promises, but yeah, we try. I mean, we are monitoring every upcoming release and trying to be involved with that as fast as possible. Waffles adding Star Wars. Yeah, I know we'd love to see Star Wars Unlimited, and we got folks on the team that play competitively and travel to Star Wars Unlimited tournaments and stuff. So that would be good. And just like other signed Star Wars memorabilia would be good. Digimon, I see keep seeing this come up. Would we add Digimon to the site? I mean,
But put it in
Yeah.
suggestions. The more you guys spam and shout about it, and it can be absolutely anything. As I said, if you want more more categories added to sports cards, if you want more digital games like not just Counter Strike, you want Rust and anything else. Like the more you guys put in suggestions, the more chance there is it's getting added, and the quicker it gets added sometimes.
We are a big focus of us internally on the product side this year is making things more socially integrated, letting you guys do more together, share more together, all of that. Because if you think about it, it's like collecting is a social thing, right? No one would care about Charizard if no one else knew about Charizard or Pokemon. It's like it's a shared love. So we're working on that. And we are working, by the way, I know we mentioned this a little bit last time, but we're working on upping our support staff and coverage across different time frames and weekends and whatnot. So that is behind the scenes. We don't have a big update this time around, but it's something that we know is we want to be best in class in that, and so we're working on that.
one good question, sort of comment from Coda about birthday. Your birthday is in May. My birthday is also in May. So would Boxed give me a birthday present? This is something that has come up internally and within the community council. So if you think this is a cool idea, please put it in suggestions, and everybody else listening also. Your feedback is super valuable. So the more we hear this, the more we might prioritize it. But the concept of like, your anniversary for when you sign up with your account on Boxed, and like how we as a community celebrate each other and how we as the company celebrate our community is always top of mind. And one cool idea that keeps coming up is kind of what you're suggesting, which is, hey, it's your birthday of when you became an account member and a user on the site. And so it's like, is there something that we can do to celebrate you on that day? So no plans to share, but it's a really interesting thought that we like. And it's in line with everything Skiz was just saying about just, being community first.
Yeah, and we can't necessarily let you just put your birthday in because I suspect we'd have a lot of bot accounts that claim their birthday was literally today. But we do want to reward you guys who have been around a long time, and for new people, have something to look forward to as you stick around with us and enjoy the site. So we're thinking of all sorts of things like that.
I haven't got anything else on my side. Don't know about you two.
That's it from me anyway. Other than I'm excited, we got a lot of really awesome events coming up. I mean, the stuff that Luke talked about was just the tip of the iceberg, really. And certainly the birthday bash in May is what we're most looking forward to. But even beyond that, like in June and July and into the future, we've got more stuff planned further into the future than ever before. So never a dull moment.
Just as a heads up, if you guys, whilst before we all catch up on these town halls, if you've got any kind of questions or feedback you want to do that, reach out to the community council members. You can see them listed on the right hand side of Discord. They feedback to us from the site and on Discord. And if not, you can also reach out to us on anywhere across Discord, and one of us will help. And hopefully, some of your features or questions will be answered in the next town hall. But yeah, I think that's everything from us. It's been a quick one compared to how we've normally done things. Thanks,
Yeah.
Scott and Mylan, for coming today, and thank you all for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, can't wait to share with you all in April our big plans for May.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you out there in Discord.
Sweet. See you guys soon.
Thank you guys. Have a good weekend.